What's up guys, Houndish here, and today we've got the weekly breakdown for the Destiny 2 reset starting on May 31st, and of course, this kicks off the second week of the new season with a bunch of content. So initially for this week, we'll get new season challenges with a reset on the containment activity, as well as the Sever mission and dungeon rotation. So there'll be new chances for rewards as well as opportunities to level up the Crown of Sorrow. Plus we'll get weekly story progression. And then one of the big beats for this week will be the reworked Iron Banner, which is returning. So we'll see a new reputation system, new rewards, and of course the Iron Banner title. And then we'll cover Eververse for the week, as well as Nightfall's activities and loot that we're going to see inside of this reset. So if you guys enjoyed the video, feel free to subscribe for more Destiny content, and now let's get into it. And first up for the reset today will be seasonal content, and so we'll get a refresh on core rewards and drops in the containment activity, as well as a new boss who will presumably be Anafex, sworn to Odzat. And then there'll also be a Nightmare of Navota boss according to Triumphs, presumably that will be a different week. Then additionally, we'll get the next server weekly mission available. And like last week, we'll be guided through this by the season's weekly quest portion with new story and all of that stuff, so that should be interesting. And another important thing to bear in mind, especially this early on in the new season, are weekly challenges. Some of these help us to level up the Crown of Sorrow, of course. And so for the challenges this week, we need to complete Bound in Sorrow 2 and defeat Cabal with precision final blows. That references the weekly quest. There's another challenge to open world chests while exploring the derelict Leviathan, and we need 75 of those. And then we have Umbral Focusing to focus equipment at the Crown of Sorrow throughout the season, and it requires 3 focused weapons as well as 2 focused armor pieces. Plus we have the Harvest at Dawn challenge to defeat combatants with Scythe final blows on Leviathan and combatants with Solar Power Weapon final blows in Sever activities. And this is the weekly challenge that awards the Figment of Darkness, so that'll help us level up on the Crown of Sorrow. But there's also moon activities to complete bounties, patrols, public events, and lost sectors, as well as Lost in the Legend to complete a lost sector on Legend or higher. Additionally though, there's close range calibration to calibrate sidearms, SMGs, shotguns, glaives, and swords on the moon. Another challenge to earn points by banking moats, defeating blockers and guardians in Gambit. And then we have Iron Sharpens Iron to complete Iron Banner matches, with bonus progress awarded for wins. And finally, Anti-Cabal Sweep to defeat Cabal combatants in Vanguard playlists or strikes. So a good few new challenges to get done this week. And for the Vanguard, the featured Nightfall this week will be the Inside Terminus. It's been a little while since we had that one, and of course, we have the chance to earn new Nightfall weapons depending on the rotation, but with it being early in the season, we'll just have to see which one ends up being featured. For the raid and dungeon rotation this week though, the featured activities will include the Garden of Salvation, as well as the Pit of Heresy, so the rewards inside of both of those will have been updated at relevant levels, but additionally of course are farmable. Plus we have a reset on the Duality dungeon as well, but of course there is no loot lockout inside of that activity in any case. Then for the Crucible though, Shaxx will bring Showdown back as well as bonus Crucible ranks, and all of that comes alongside the return of Iron Banner. And so Lord Saladin will return this week for one of 2 Iron Banners this season, and we'll find him in the center of the courtyard in the tower. He's going to have Iron Banner Rift active, so it'll be our first chance to dive into that objective mode from Destiny 1. And also important is that power level advantages are now disabled, so you can be any level you like and use any gear that you like. But the reward system has been updated to work more like Shaxx or Saint 14, and there'll be various unlocks at different reputation thresholds, as well as Iron Banner Engram Focusing for more targeted weapon and armor rewards. Plus, by equipping any Iron Banner gear, including armor and weapons, we'll unlock a reputation increase that scales to a maximum when every slot has Iron Banner gear, and of course there will be new rewards and more. So with so many changes, I'll be sure to keep you guys up to date once the banner is live. And for now, let us know if you'll be diving into the reworked Iron Banner playlist this week. However, that takes us to the Eververse inventory for the week. And so initially, we'll see the Glow Stick Dance legendary emote. That is a new one for the season and it will cost 700 Bright Dust. Of course, we're focusing on Bright Dust specific items here. We're also going to see the exotic weapon ornament for Dead Messenger. This one's called Molten, and it'll be 1250 Bright Dust, as well as the Up in Smoke legendary transmat effect, which is 450 Bright Dust. And the featured shader this week will be Nectar Dynamo, which as always will cost 300. And then we're going to see the Spill the Tea exotic emote at 3250 Bright Dust, as well as the Canned Rage legendary emote, which will cost 700 Bright Dust. Featured exotic ghost shell will be the Izanagi shell, and that'll be 2850 bright dust. And if you've managed to pick up the reprised version of the fixed odds machine gun from the Duality dungeon, we've got the Unseen to be shown ornament for that weapon available in the store this week for 700 bright dust. However, the final items include the Synchrotron Advancer exotic ship, which will be 2000 bright dust, and then the exotic weapon ornament for the week will be Matter Scourge, which is an Outbreak Perfected ornament, costing 1250 bright dust. Then finally we have the 14 Ghost Projection right there, which will cost 1500 bright dust. So let us know if you're going to be grabbing anything from that Eververse inventory this week. And then on to legacy content for the Dares of Eternity. This week we'll see the Rotation 2 loot drops, and so that should include the Lost Pacific and Braytech armor sets, as well as weapons from Season of Arrivals. Also for legacy content in the Legends tab, we have the Vault of Glass, and the challenge this week will be Wait For It, which is Conflux's challenge, and completing that on Master Difficulty will award the Vision of Confluence time loss. And the very final legacy thing to mention is for Dreaming City, and of course the Forsaken Ascendant challenge, which this week will be found in the Keep of Owned Edges, accessed via Harbinger's Seclude. So if you want to find that one and complete it this week, we'll run some gameplay that shows the location for the challenge. But otherwise, guys, that is what we have to round up inside of the video today. So as always, I hope this one's been useful. If it has, a rating down below really does help us out on the channel. But once again, let us know what you'll be doing when you dive into Destiny 2 this week down in the comments section. And if you want to be kept up to date with everything related to the game, be sure to get subscribed and I'll keep you guys posted. But otherwise, thank you as always for tuning in, and I hope you guys have an awesome day.